Hello students, welcome back. Now continuing with the third program, that is the 3B part. Now the 3B part suggests you how do you parse a specific string. Now parsing a specific string according to the given question, that is according to the given lab program, the string given is ABBA. Now according to the given string, you need to show the parsing. How is the compiler producing a parse table, or how is the compiler parsing a specific string. Now, in 3A part, you would have got the marking entries as follows. That is, if you look into the output of this program, that is M of A comma A is A derives ABA, and M of B comma A is B derives epsilon, and M of B comma B is B derives BB. Now, based on these marking entries, you will be arriving at the parse table. Now, the parse table is a very important part in the compilation process. Parse table, if you correctly parse, that is if the matched string and the stack inputs and if the input and the action part, if all four of the criteria are true here and if they are maintained well, then the you need to arrive at a correct parsed string, that is a correct parse string value. So we should look into the output here. Now when you look into the output, just a moment. Yeah, so when you look into the output, the parse table, there are four categories or four columns, that is matched, stack, input, and action. Now, what goes into matched is whenever the stack, whenever the top of the stack symbol and the input string symbol are common, then that symbol goes on to the matched string. The stack holds initially the first start symbol. So the first start symbol in the grammar is A. So A followed by dollar. Dollar is the end symbol. The input given in the question is ABBA followed with the dollar. A is the entry in your input string. Now action, I shall take the first symbol from A. That is the first symbol from the stack and the first symbol on the input string. That is first symbol on the stack and the first symbol on the input string. So M of A comma A, that is first symbol on stack, first symbol on input string is A comma A. So M of A comma A is A derives ABA, that is written at the next. So wherever there is capital A, you need to replace it with ABA followed by dollar followed by ABBA. That remains as it is in the input. Now A and A is common here, that is small letter A in stack and small letter A in input string, that is common. So that is being pushed up. From the top of the stack, sorry, that is being popped from the top of the stack and it is being pushed onto the matched string. So A goes onto the matched string here. So what remains in stack here, this remains as BA dollar and input as BBA dollar. So my action that's been taken is matched A. I hope this part is understood. Now, if you continue with the further inputs, sorry, if you continue with the further analysis of your parts of the grammar, everywhere that is B, you need to have the marking entries matched. That is now the next symbol on the stack is B, and on the input string is small letter B. So M of B comma B you need to check. So M of B comma B, the entry is B derives BB. So wherever there is capital B on stack, you need to replace it with BB. You need to replace with BB. A remains as it is on the stack. Similarly, on the input string, BBA is common. So B and B is common here on the stack and on the input string. So B is popped from the top of the stack and it is being pushed onto the matched string. So this process continues unless or until the string is being emptied. That is, finally both the stack and the input string should be remained with dollar. Then only you can tell that the parsed string is correct, or the parsing is correct, or my input is matching with my grammar, or it is apt with the grammar, and whatever it is matched, whatever my string it is matched, that is being remained in your matched string. So this is your program that's been telling you what happens when you parse a string. So each step of the program is written as a function. You totally have 8 steps in your parsing entries or in your parsing table. So totally 8 steps. So totally 8 functions you can see. So that is why It's been taken as global declaration as till 8 functions. So each step describes you what is happening in each step of the parsing. Now, this I'm executing in a normal C platform. Now, if you are executing in a Unix platform, it's very simple to execute. I'll just briefly tell you the execution steps. So, in a Unix platform, you need to use the editor to type the program. You can use gedit or vi, anyone, that is graphical editor or vi editor, anything. So gedit followed by the program name. The extension is .c. Now, once you have typed the program, you should compile the program using, that is, you need to convert high level language to low level language. So you can use the C compiler, that is CC, followed by the program name. Now this, the output or the compiled file name will be a.out. So how do you run this file? It is /a.out. So the a.out is is the executable file. I am executing this using the command /a.out. So when you immediately run this, or when you immediately compile this, whatever errors are there, debug the errors, or if there are no errors, directly run the program. So immediately when you run the program, you can see this parsing table. I hope the 3A and the 3B part are being understood, which completely enables you, or which completely shows you the construction of the LL1 parser. LL1 parser. So it is completely showing you the description of LL1 parser, which has the following steps, that is first and follow, followed by the marking entries of the table, and followed by the parsing entries, that is the parse table. How do you parse a specific given string?